Welcome to mathematical modeling of immune response to COVID-19 and pneumonia co-infection. This presentation is part of the 2021 RIT Undergraduate Research Symposium. My name is Vietnam Peter Lee, and tonight I'll be presenting the model. My advisor is Dr. Agingi. Outline of this presentation includes a brief introduction and background information, the mathematical model itself, stability analysis, and a numerical solution. The COVID-19 pandemic was started in Wuhan, China since 2019 is still ongoing and has resulted in many deaths. The disease has spread worldwide, which has led to a global economic shutdown. Symptoms of COVID-19 are variable, but often include fever, cough, headache, and fatigue. When coupled with other common infections such as pneumonia, the immune system, whose responsibility is to keep the host safe, can be overwhelmed and the consequences are severe. Pneumonia symptoms include chest pain and difficulty breathing. The immune system response to pathogens or abnormal exogenous stimuli is a very complex and well-orchestrated process whose aim is to keep the host safe and healthy. It is comprised of two major lines of defense, the Phase 1 innate immune response and the Phase 2 adaptive immune response. Together, these two immune responses address any and all threats to the host. Innate response to infection is immediate and passive and may include things like skin, mucous membranes, secrete interferons, etc. The Phase 2 adaptive immunity only activates after the innate response is unsuccessful in fending off the pathogen, usually activating after 6 to 8 days. Although it takes longer to activate, the adaptive response is antigen-specific, well-diverse, and has memory of past encounters. It involves two types of white blood cells, T cells, the cellular response, and B cells, the antibody response. In this presentation, we develop a mathematical model of the immune response to co-infection with COVID-19 and pneumonia pathogens. The model is formulated as a predator-prey system using differential equations in which COVID-19 and pneumonia pathogens serve as the prey and the immune system serves as the predator. The model idealizes the immune system as a single entity and is captured its collective response using a single differential equation, although it is comprised of several aspects. The relationship between COVID-19, represented by variable X, pneumonia, represented by variable Y, and the immune response, represented by variable Z, is assumed to be a feedback loop, and the equations governing such model are displayed on the screen. Equations 1, 2, and 3. In equation 1, the AX term represents the exponential growth of COVID-19. The negative BXZ term represents the immune system killing off COVID. The last term, negative CXZ, which also appears in equation 2, plus CXC, represents the competitive survival between COVID-19 and pneumonia. In this model, pneumonia is presumed to be favored in the competitive survival. Similar intuition can be carried over to equation 2, where dy represents the pneumonia's exponential growth, while negative EYZ represents the immune system combating pneumonia. Lastly, the negative SC term represents the death of the immune response from life expectancy. The most basic element of the qualitative behavior of the model given in the previous slide are the equilibrium solutions. In this section, we establish the existence of equilibrium solutions and analyze them for stability. Critical points of the system are provided below. Note that critical points 4 and 5 are massive expansive expressions that have been omitted for the sake of easiness. Next, the system's Jacobian, along with Routh-Hurwitz's stability criterion, was used to assess the stability of each critical point. The Jacobian of the system is given by this matrix. Assessing critical point 1, the eigenvalues are lambda equals A, D, and R minus S. Because constants A and D are positive by the model's design, critical point 1 is unstable. Similar analysis can then be carried over to critical points 2 and 3. Next, MATLAB was used to numerically simulate the model for chosen sets of parameter values. parameter values are chosen such that it depicts biological scenarios of infection. In Figure 1, we depict endemic equilibrium between COVID-19 and pneumonia. As you can see, as time moves on, there is coexistence between the immune response, COVID-19, and pneumonia. Figure 2 displays COVID-19 favored competitive exclusion. As time moves on, the intensity of pneumonia plummets to 0, while COVID and the immune response have reached a steady equilibrium. Figure 3 depicts pneumonia-favored competitive exclusion. Lastly, Figure 4 depicts immune response domination, where COVID-19 and pneumonia's intensity has completely plummeted down to 0, while the immune response stays alive and well. So, conclusion. In this presentation, we developed a mathematical model of the immune response to co-infection with COVID-19 and pneumonia pathogens. The model is formulated as a predator-prey system using a system of differential equations in which COVID-19 and pneumonia pathogens serve as the prey and the immune response serves as the predator. The model idealizes the immune system as a single entity, although it is comprised of several aspects, and it's captured using a single differential equation. We find and analyze equilibrium solutions of the model and also provide a numerical solution. Thank you.